Well, hello there. Welcome to the Obi Thorn Alliance. I'm Jacob. This is Luke. Like and subscribe. It helps out the channel a lot. Comment down below. And in today's video, we are reviewing What If Episode 4. And I guess we'll start off with what's your thoughts with how the episode went, Luke?
Thought it was good. I think every What If episode has been good so far, and it's good that they're not related, so you can actually discuss them and individually rate them. You don't have to go, oh, the season started off slower, it might get better. It's like, no, each episode's just its own thing. And it's a really cool concept. In this episode, we got to see
Doctor Strange.
Yeah, we got to see what would happen with Doctor Strange if
he didn't lose his hands, his loved one.
Yeah, so I think the episode was called What If Doctor Strange lost his heart, not his hands? And again, this episode makes sense because of Loki. If we didn't see Loki and understand the idea of the different timelines, we would struggle to comprehend what this means. But I don't know if it was my favourite episode because Doctor Strange isn't my favourite character, but I think it was one of the cooler...
Visually, it was impressive.
Yeah, it's one of the cooler concepts too, that like a real, opposed to what if this changed, it was like, what if... Well, it is, something did change, but it also gave us the idea of the what if with different scenarios, that he kept reliving the same scenario trying to change it, and it didn't.
Yeah, like Groundhog Day.
Yeah, so it gave us what ifs inside of the what if, which was kind of cool. So run us through what happens in the episode. What's it fully about?
Basically, Doctor Strange is going to his event to get award that what happened in the original movie, but this time he takes his loved one, because in the movie he didn't take his loved one, and instead of losing his hands, he loses his heart. And then the main goal of him is to go back to that point of Carice, I believe her name was, is still alive, but whatever he does, she ends up dying anyway.
Whether he drives a different route, they still get hit by a truck. They don't go to the event. Someone shoots her. He doesn't pick her up. Her building sets alight. They make it through the end of the event, and then she has a heart attack, like something, or she always dies. And in what he finds out, that this is a fixed event that in a timeline that cannot be changed no matter what. That he can try and redo it as many times as he wants, but it's something that must happen, which I guess we believe because we now understand the point of Nexus events, and that like things are meant to happen on the timeline. And even if he could change the timeline, would he then be committing a time crime, and then the TVA would come after him? So, so what else? What plays out from this scenario? So instead of him losing his hand, she dies in every scenario, and then that leads him to becoming the Sorcerer Supreme, because he wants to try and undo her death, opposed to trying to fix his hands like he did in the original.
Yeah. And then the Ancient One tells him, if you keep consuming power, because we see him keep consuming like other creatures and stuff like that. So she like splits two Stephen Stranges, and that was pretty cool to see.
Yeah, so she created two Stephen Stranges in the same timeline, which is, again, we only understand because of Loki, and apparently that creates some kind of paradox where he's only half as strong, and both of them need to become good or come bad in order to save or ruin the day.
Yeah.
And so what's he do? We see the octopus again that's in the Hydra. Do you think that's meant to be the same creature from the first What If?
Yeah, maybe.
And they talk about it being like a mythical creature of some sort that has extreme amounts of energy, which he's told that he requires to undo this fixed point.
Yeah.
And where does that leave? So, because of what he's doing, it kind of ruins the timeline. Explain what happens there.
Well, he's kind of done quite a lot that people are starting to disappear, and then Wong puts on like a protection charm on
The good splitting of Doctor Strange, yeah.
Yeah, and then the Ancient One comes back and tells the good Doctor Strange about what's happened.
And at the end of the episode, what are we left with?
Well, we actually had our first appearance of the Watcher actually talking to a character.
Yeah.
Well, it was pretty cool.
Which I think it means, like, is that meant to be Kang the Conqueror, and that's him because he's watching over the timelines, or that's what I'm thinking it might be, but I could be wrong.
Could be anything.
Yeah, and then in the end, it kind of has a bad ending. It doesn't save the day.
No.
But because it's a what if scenario, that's fine because it doesn't have any consequences. It's just a what would have happened if this happened.
Yeah.
So, which makes it for good viewing. Like when I watched it, I got one of my friends to watch it the other night, and he'd never watched any of the episodes, and he's like, "Do I need to watch the others?" Like, no, they're not related. You don't have to. You can just watch it as is.
Yeah, that's what's kind of good about it. You can kind of choose which character you like the best to kind of see what their scenario is. Like, you don't have to like every character to watch the episode. You can pick and choose. That's what's good about What If.
Yeah. Any nitpicks about the episode?
I guess the scenario is a lot darker from a certain point of view. I guess you could say it's not a good thing, but I kind of enjoyed it. It's a lot creepier and a lot like the ending out of all the other ones. Like you said, I don't know, it kind of ended in a way of helplessness.
Do you think it's kind of cool that you can, and a scenario can just literally end with like the world ending or Loki taking over, and that's fine because you go, that's not what happened. This is what would have happened if this happened. And you go, that's fine. You go, like, this is what would have happened if Thanos was successful. This would have happened. And you go, and the end result is bad, which goes to show that the thing that actually happened in Endgame and the timeline that we follow in the movies is the only is like the good one, and the others bad things happen. Where do you think it ranks with the other episodes?
I would say it's probably at least top 2. What do you think?
Ranking them, I'm finding a challenge, but it's definitely up there. I like it because it is a cool concept.
Yeah.
And I think each episode, even though they're not related, we're learning more things.
Yeah.
So the fact that the Watcher interacted, I think, might mean something, that we're going to learn some more about the Watcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I agree. It's up there, top 2, top 3, definitely.
Did you like the scene when Stephen Strange first entered the temple and we got introduced to the character that
like the librarian of the thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. And yeah, the guy didn't really like respond to him, and there was like this cool kind of Aztec, like Mayan world kind of thing, and yeah, visually it was a great episode.
Yeah. Did you notice how the concept of the episode as well, Doctor Strange wanted to bring back because he couldn't accept death, but the librarian basically could accept death because eventually we're all going to pass away. So I thought that was quite an interesting moral thing that happened.
I agree.
What's your prediction of what the next episode could be?
Based on what we've seen so far in the trailers, I've said it every week, but it has to be the zombie one, I think. I haven't seen... I can't think of any other... Oh, the Iron Man one. So we're left... It's down to either zombie or if Iron Man goes with Warmonger. So it's got to be one of those two. And is that all the episodes then, or is there still meant to be more?
I believe there's 10 or what.
And we've seen 4. So, yeah, so there's going to be 4 more that we don't know much about. We haven't seen any pictures or teasers for. So maybe we're gonna get the zombie one.
Sounds good.
Yeah. What do you think?
Maybe since the Spider-Man trailer to keep the hype train going, maybe Spider-Man becoming Doctor Strange.
Oh, was that something we saw in the trailer? Okay, yeah, you're right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'd like to see that. I like Spider-Man. He's my favourite, so.
Well, thank you for helping, Luke. Hope you enjoyed the video. Comment down your thoughts about the episode as well. See you in the next video. Let the force be with you. Bye-bye.